Thank you so much. It's an honor to be here at the 9/11 Tribute Center and to be here with your wonderful club. This is our family of four. I've lived downtown for 26 and a half years, and this is our view on September 12th, after September 11th, just a block from here. This is what it looks like as of Sunday on March 8th. So you can see to the left, you still have the One Liberty Brookfield building. You still have, but now you see Tower 4, it's completed, and you can see through there the 9/11 Memorial Plaza. So a lot has really happened in the last, 14 years. And, we didn't get here without a lot of people really working together. And a lot of people might not know what a community board is, but we're the very bottom rung of democracy, and it gives people an opportunity to get engaged in the public process. And we worked very closely with 9/11 family members, with every single layer of government, from the city to the state to the federal to our elected officials, and a host of different agencies as well. Obviously, the Port Authority, who will also be speaking here later on tonight, since they are actually the owners and holders of the World Trade Center site, we also worked very closely with them. I'm going to be focusing on four things that I specifically has worked on in terms of rebuilding the World Trade Center site. One is the planning, two is the minimizing the construction impact, three, the environmental health impact, and four, the emergency preparedness and notification. First, in terms of planning, today, almost 14 years after the terrible terrorist attacks of September 11th, we're one of the only few stakeholders or public forums where people can still actively get engaged. Tonight is an exception, but this is it's an opportunity for people to have gotten involved in the planning process, and we have. And you look at the changing political scene along the way. We've seen multiple governors of New York State, multiple governors in New Jersey. You've seen multiple mayors in New York City, several council members, different assembly members, and different heads of key agencies, including the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey. But the community is still here, and a lot of the 9/11 family members are here as well. And so, there's that history part that we can bring to the table. It was really complicated, very complex process, and I think one of the things that everybody wanted was that the memorial would be a key portion of the World Trade Center site, and that the site could be reincorporated back into the community. And you can see in the past year, it has successfully been reincorporated into the community. And one of the issues was, how can you manage a very difficult active construction site while letting people gain access to the 9/11 memorial while it was being built? It was a big day when the fences came down when the Memorial Museum opened last spring. We have a lot of people that live down here. We had 20,000 residents live down here. Half of them moved away. We now have 70,000 residents. We have 320,000 workers down here, and last year we had 14.5 million tourists. So you have a lot of people in a very dense area, which then brings us to minimizing the construction impact. So there wasn't only the construction at the World Trade Center site, but it was really the construction of a total of 90 major projects in 1.5 square miles. So how do you describe major? $25 million or more. And so one of the good partnerships was that the public, private, and the community sector all got together to try to minimize the construction impact on the workers, so that would be working with the union people, and the residents, and so that during the rebuilding process, you could actually, you'd want to continue living down here or working down here, because it has been a lengthy process. We can't forget the people who did the recovery process at the World Trade Center. We would not be here today without a lot of people who put a lot of personal, put themselves at risk to rebuild and recover at the World Trade Center site. And so early on, many of us were very concerned about the environmental health impacts from the collapse of the two very large skyscrapers and the burning at the site for at least through March of 2002. So I actually have an engineering background in hydrogeology, and I also worked a lot on environmental health safety. So everything I learned when I was working at NYPIRG in advocacy for 10 years on working on childhood lead poisoning prevention in schools, helping pass the lead bill, was very helpful in the rebuilding process here. So when someone was telling me it's safe to breathe, it didn't smell safe, it didn't taste good, there was nothing about it that seemed safe, based on what I had learned. Many of us got together, a lot of elected officials like Congressman Nadler, Senator Hillary Clinton at the time, Carolyn Maloney, have been involved. And it was really a battle working with every single nonprofit and advocacy group to try to get the James Zadroga bill passed. So this is just, one rally we had in Washington, D.C. That we had. But it is a battle. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is that, next slide, please. People had to be educated. I think there was a heightened sense of alert. And under the Bloomberg administration, we were able to pilot study that then became a citywide Notify NYC. It started right here.